Hello, welcome to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast of your favorite team in the Bay Area. And 2 games to recap. We have the Sharks losing to the Stars on Saturday night, 5-2, and then on Sunday night they turn around and they beat the Blackhawks 5-2 in Chicago. So we'll break down both these games, talk about Erik Karlsson's continued just pure awesomeness, and have some fun while we're at it. So let's start the new year off on a good foot here on Locked On Sharks.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
I'm your host, JD Young, contributor at Fear the Fin and San Jose Hockey Now. I want to thank you for making Locked On Sharks your first listen. We're free and available wherever you get podcasts. And of course, you can watch this on YouTube as well. Sharks, interesting weekend. 5-2 loss to the Stars, where they actually outplayed the Stars at 5-on-5 for a good chunk of that game. And then 5-2 win over the Blackhawks, where they dominated the Blackhawks, and it actually should have been probably a bigger win for the Sharks. So, but I think first we have to, of course, as has become tradition on this podcast, is talk about Erik Karlsson and his brilliance now. Point streak up to a franchise record, 13 straight games by adding 2 more assists on Sunday, which is, again, ridiculous, right? Just ridiculous. So he had 1 point on the Alexander Barabanov goal on Saturday, and then added 2 more secondary assists on Sunday to the Blackhawks. And again, when you're entering Joe Thornton territory or passing Joe Thornton territory in this franchise, when it comes to franchise records, you are doing something special. And now holds the record for point streak. Did have a 14-game point streak in the 2018 season when the Sharks first acquired him, but remember there's that 2-game suspension in the middle of it, so it actually wipes it out. But technically in 14 games straight that he had played, he did have a point streak. So, just Erik Karlsson continues to be, this is what you waited for. This is, it sucks that it's going to all kind of go to waste in a season where the Sharks are going to miss the playoffs again this year. But it's nice to see Erik Karlsson fully unleashed and playing to his full potential. And again, Karlsson, he's on pace for 100 points this year. There hasn't been a 100-point defenseman since 91-92 when Brian Leetch did it. Roman Josi got really close last year, hit 96 points, but Erik Karlsson is why you traded for Erik Karlsson and why you paid him a lot of money. And again, it sucks that it is coming at this season where the Sharks are going to be probably 7th in their division and be one of the 5 worst teams in the NHL. But you hope that if Karlsson proves he can do it now, you got a little bit more talent next year. You get a top 5 draft pick coming in, maybe makes the NHL right away. You have a William Eklund, Tomas Bordeleau jumping into the NHL next year. Erik Karlsson continues this, maybe add a little bit of to the back end there. Okay, now you're cooking with fire. You're cooking with gas. So, that's the hope, right? That this season goes really well for Karlsson, and then he can bring it into next season when maybe the stakes are a little bit higher. You have some more top end talent around the team, hopefully, and then the Sharks might start to be a little bit competitive next year. But that's plenty of time for that discussion. Another person I wanted to talk about too is Alexander Barabanov, who great weekend for Barabanov. adding 2 goals this weekend, scoring 1 against the Stars. Something about Dallas, Barabanov. I think maybe he likes Texas barbecue or something, but every time he goes to Dallas, he has himself a nice game. And then also against the Blackhawks with these sweet mitts, score on the backhand there, kind of just swerving through traffic, and then it scores on the backhand there. Good to see Barabanov continuing to play well. I know he's dealing with a little bit of a nagging injury, kind of missing some practices here and there, but Barabanov has become like a legitimate top 6 guy, and you would argue he would be a top 6 guy on not just on the Sharks because one, they don't have anybody else, but if you put him on Colorado or if you put him, on the Bruins or something like that, Barabanov would be able to contribute for those teams as well. So, it's good to see him continue to kind of grow and develop, and we're seeing a little bit more of that flash and skill that he can possess. So, especially as Couture's scoring, he hasn't been scoring as many goals lately. He has been contributing in other ways and adding points elsewhere, but we haven't seen the goals from Couture that we saw in November. But if Barabanov can help kind of pick up that slack there, that's all. You don't care. It doesn't matter where they're coming from as long as the line is producing, right? And right now they're playing with Timo Meier, which helps a lot. But again, it's good to see these guys kind of get going. And then kind of the last little bit before we actually dive into the games, kind of my third big takeaway was Kaapo Kahkonen looked pretty solid. Again, grain of salt, they're playing the Blackhawks. He's strung together a couple of decent games. Okay. Let's, solid game against the Flyers. Got kind of hung out to dry as they lost that game. Another good to solid game, or solid to good game against the Blackhawks. Kind of got the 2 goals. One is stick breaks, which is kind of bad luck, and then Harrington tries to kind of both. You could actually pin both the goals on Scott Harrington, who had to play because Radim Šimić is out. Šimić left Saturday's game against the Stars, hit his head against the back of somebody and then hit the ice. Worry that it's his second concussion this season, which would be really, really bad. So let's hope that Šimić is okay. Nick Cicek was called up. I would not be surprised if we'll see if they put him on IR or not. It doesn't really matter right now because they don't play again until Friday, but we'll see. We'll know more kind of in the next couple days here. But Harrington should have probably iced the puck. Notice, hey, my goalie's stick is broken. Let's ice the puck. Let him get a new stick. We can live to fight another day type of situation. Something like that, right? Doesn't. Tries to make a play. And then the puck, goes in the back of the net because Kaapo Kahkonen doesn't have a stick. So tough luck there. And then the, 2-on-1-ish situation. Or is a 2-on-2 and 2-on-1, whatever it was. But Harrington goes full Brent Burns, starfish. The problem is Brent Burns is a massive, massive man who can cover like a third of the ice when he lies down. Scott Harrington, not that. But yeah, goes down and then just Lafferty is able to just to kind of pop it in because he's able to continue to skate while Scott Harrington is lying down there. So again, made a couple big saves. So just keep an eye, maybe a little hope. Maybe also he just played 2 of like the 7 worst teams in the NHL. So we'll know more here soon as the Sharks couple days off, and then they're on the road a lot here in January. So before we get into, we're going to start with the Stars game, kind of break down the numbers behind that game, why it should be encouraging, at least when you look at the 5-on-5 play, and then we'll get into the Blackhawks game afterwards. But before we do that, do want you to know that today's episode is brought to you guys by Athletic Greens. Athletic Greens, great way for you to take control of your health right now, especially New Year, right? You got New Year's resolutions, trying to become new year, new you, better health, all that fun stuff. Athletic Greens is a great way to help kind of kickstart that. My wife uses it every day. It's been great for her gut health. She has more energy, optimized immune system, and you don't have to take like a bajillion pills. It's just a cup of water, 8 ounces of water, 1 scoop of the AG1. You're absorbing 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to get your day started right. So again, you just drink that before you even have your coffee, and you are good to go. Great thing about it is the price. It's less than $3 a day, and investing in your health is cheaper than going out and getting coffee every day. My bad. It's also cheaper than buying all the different supplements yourself. You're investing in all-in-one nutritional insurance. They have over 7,500 or 7,000 5-star reviews recommended by professional athletes, trusted by leading health experts. Great. Again, a scoop, shake it up, drink it. You're going to feel way better about yourself. And they're making it really easy right now. So help reclaim your health and your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop of water. Boom, you're good to go. Right now, you get a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/NHL Network. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/NHL Network to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. All right, let's dig into the Stars game. So Stars lose 5-2, and this was one of the few games where the Sharks lose 5-2. Sorry, over the Stars. One of the few games where the Sharks did not have a clear advantage in the special teams. That's kind of been their formula, right? We hang in there at 5-on-5. We think our special teams are better than your special teams. Not the case against the Stars. Stars scored, so of their 5 goals, they had 2 on the power play. Old friend Joe Pavelski. Congrats on the new contract too, Pavelski. I don't know how you keep doing this, but you keep doing it. So Pavelski scores on the power play. Jason Robertson, who's good at hockey, also scores on the power play. And then you give up a shorthanded to Rope Hintz. There's 3 goals and you score 2. So power, the special teams are what killed the Sharks in this game, and that was weird to see from this team that has kind of played okay at 5-on-5, and then they take advantage of the power play or the special teams battle. So when I say the Sharks played 5-on-5 pretty well, like it's kind of crazy, like when you dig into the numbers. 5-on-5, so a little over 46 and a half minutes of 5-on-5 time. Shot attempts 53-40 in favor of the Sharks. Actual shots was 29-22 in favor of the Sharks. Scoring chances 31-24. High danger chances 15-8, all in favor of the Sharks. Expected goals for 3.28 to 1.71. So the Sharks almost doubled up the Stars in their expected goals at 5-on-5. But again, special teams are what killed the Sharks in this game. You know, the Sharks did a great job. If you look at the heat map, it is a bright blue ball right in front of the net. And Ottinger did a good job. He made the saves that he needed to make. Sharks game plan, you know, they get it close and fire as much as you can on Ottinger and see if you can get to him early. They did. You had the Barabanov goal 5 minutes in. But then the Stars kind of came back, and we've seen this again. How many, was that 17 games now that the Sharks have had a lead in the game and ended up losing it? So yes, that has been the formula for them. So let's dig into the actual forwards here. So Barabanov, Logan Couture, Timo, Meier played 11-13 of time on ice. 14. So you're going to see, again, because they dominated the 5-on-5 here. 14 shot attempts for 8 allowed. Actual shots and goal was 10-3. Had a goal, gave up a goal. Expected goals for was 1.25. Again, this Barabanov, Couture, Meier. I was worried about if it was time to put back the Hertl Meier, so far so good with them split up. So I'm assuming Quinn wants to try to diversify his offense and his bonds. Thank you, Wu-Tang Clan. You're for the children. Scoring chances for 10 scoring chances from the Barabanov Couture Meier line. So 8 zone starts, offensive zone starts, 6 neutral zone, 3 defensive zone starts. Next was the Nieto Hertl bank line. A little bit of a rough night for them. 826 time on ice, 7 shot attempts, 11 given up, 3 to 6 with extra shots on goal. Expected goals for was only 0.18, and they gave up 0.26 expected goals allowed. 0 high danger chances, 1 gave up 1. 3 scoring chances, gave up 8. And then 3, 2, and 1 for your zone starts there. So a little interesting to see there with that line, especially because, again, Matt Nieto, he's known for his PK, status, but LeBank's not really known for his defensive. I know his defensive numbers are better than you would think. And Hertl's fine defensively, but again, this line's not known for his defense. So interesting to see what they do there. Lindblom, Lawrence, Gadovich. I thought this line's kind of this game and then the Blackhawks game had themselves some good games, especially Gadovich. I don't think you can take Gadovich out of the lineup anymore. He's just got that je ne sais quoi. I don't want to say grit, but he's got a little bit of grit to him. But he's also got the skill with it. Like, I don't mind if you have grit, if you can kind of back it up and do other stuff. Like, if you're just icing a dude because he fights and hits people, like that's not my thing, right? But Gadovich, he's got a little offensive pop to his game, and he's been working on it. But I don't know. I like the way he plays. So he's quickly becoming a bit of a fan favorite of mine anyway. So that line, 7-10, time on ice, 5 shots allowed, 5 shots for, 6 allowed. Actual shots on goal was 3 to 4. 0.62 expected goals for, the second best among the forward lines. So again, generating offense. So I know shot attempts are important, right? Shots on goal are important, but again, it's the quality, right? So 0.62 expected goals for, 0.52 goals allowed. 4 scoring chances, 5 high danger chances, 4 to 3, and then 2, 2, and 2 for the zone starts. And then this one was surprising. Svechnikov, Sturm, and Bonino. 6:54 time on ice. 15 shot attempts. When did this line just start shooting the puck like this? 15 shot attempts to 3. Actual shots on goal is 8 to 2. 0.42 expected goals for. So again, like I just mentioned, right? A bunch of shot attempts, maybe not the highest quality, but in this situation, I don't care. Please keep shooting this line. Expected goals for 0.42, expected goals allowed 0.06. So good job by them to generate a lot of offense. 9 scoring chances, 9 times they had a scoring opportunity. 2 high danger chances. So that's the thing right there, right? They got a bunch of scoring chances, not as many of the high danger variety, but good to see that line kind of start to get things going. 1, 1, and 3 when it comes to zone starts. So nobody really had a lot of defensive zone starts. We also saw Barabanov, Hertl, and Meier for a little bit, a couple shifts there, and Nieto Couture bank as well for 118. But didn't really do much, small sample size there, so I don't really want to dig into those guys. Let's also look at James Reimer. Poor James Reimer. He's too good for the Sharks. Too good for this world. Too good for San Jose. Needs to be traded as soon as possible. All situations, 30 shots against, 26 saves, allowed 4. Expected goals against was 3.1. So again, remember, Stars had 1.7 expected goals for at 5-on-5. All situations, their expected goals for was 3.94. That's how important their the special teams was for them. So 8, 67 save percentage, 11 high danger shots against, 8 high danger saves, 11 mid danger, 11 mid danger saves, and they'd have a low danger goal allowed on 7 shots there. So, poor James Reimer. The like I said before, special teams killed Reimer. Across the way there, Ottinger, 31 of 29, 31 saves on 29 saves, on 31 shots. Expected goals against us 3.9. So the Sharks should have almost had 4 goals. Ottinger is just really good. Arguably, top, I don't know, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7 goalie you could, in the league right now. So 10 high danger shots for him, and made 9 saves, 8 mid danger, made 7 saves, and then it was perfect on 11 low danger ones. So before we get into the Blackhawks game, and again, I cannot emphasize enough, the Blackhawks stink, so don't get super excited. But again, building up some good traits there. Some things we like to see from there. So do want to take a quick break, let you guys know. First of all, thank you guys for making Locked On Sharks your first listen every day, free and available wherever you get podcasts. And of course, you can watch this on YouTube as well. When you're done listening to this, go check out the Locked On NHL prospects. If you're a fan of Locked On Sharks, you've listened for a while, you know how we dig into the draft, and that draft season's coming. We're going to be starting our draft prospects here probably towards the end of the month, beginning of February. Will Scouch will be coming on probably mid to January. And that will be the official kickoff of the 2023 draft coverage, as we'll get Scouch on to talk about all things draft. So, but if you want some draft coverage every day, make sure you guys check out the Locked On NHL Prospects, your daily podcast covering the next generation of hockey superstars leading up to the NHL draft. Plus, they have NHL draft rankings, top prospects, comparisons for every team. So Locked On NHL Prospects available on YouTube and wherever you get podcasts. All right, let's finish this bad boy up. Sharks, Blackhawks. And again, I cannot stress enough how bad the Blackhawks are. Okay. Since November 1st, they have 4 wins and they've been shut out 5 times in that time span. Like this team is charging towards having the best odds. Hopefully, the hockey gods will be just and kind and make sure they lose at the lottery, just because, they don't deserve to win the lottery. Not with what's in their closet right now with the Blackhawks. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go do some Googling. But anyway, good for the Sharks this game. We got to see more of the secondary scoring. So first period, the Sharks were like completely dominated this Blackhawks team. Had nothing to show for it. I think I tweeted on Twitter at one point. It was, can't wait for it to be 19-4 in shot attempts. So the Blackhawks winning 1-0. But the Sharks just were plainly the better team. Got a little wonky there at the beginning of the second period. I was like, oh my, the Sharks might get goalied here, but gave up 2. Both of them, again. Would you like a save there? Yes. But Kaapo Kahkonen, no stick, and then Scott Harrington lying down on the job, literally. Like some help from your defense there. So for the Sharks, though, all right, 5-on-5 numbers in this game, little under 48 minutes total. 45 shot attempts for the Sharks to 39 for the Blackhawks. Extra shots on goal was 26-17. Scoring chances 28-9. Sharks were getting all the scoring chances they wanted. 13-4 high danger chances. Expected goals for was 3.39 to 1.22. Again, this game the score felt right in this game. Some of those games, like the Blackhawks, like the Stars game, right? The score maybe not as right as you want when you looked at the kind of how the game was being played, but this game, the score felt right in this game. So again, Sharks did a great job of getting to the net, getting on Peter Mrazek, making him work. And he played outstanding. It's actually the first time he's lost to the Sharks in his career, which is kind of crazy. All I can think about is Joe Thornton punching him, though. Every time I see him, that's all I can think about is Joe Thornton punching him. And then the next day, they had the outline at Kane's practice on the ice of him. That's still the funniest thing to me. Joe Thornton, what a beaut. Anyway, forward lines, though, it was good to see all the lines kind of contributing in this game. And Sharks were able to kind of roll the lines, not have to rely on everybody too much. So much, in fact, that the leading time on ice on 5-on-5, Oscar Lindblom, Steven Lorenz, Jonah Gadovich, those guys, swell. Time on ice, 8:34, 7 shot attempts, 4, 8 allowed. Again, fourth line, right? Shots on goal was 5-4. Didn't have no goals for, no goals allowed. It was the middle of a change for the Gadovich goal because Hertl was on the ice there. Expected goals for was 0.25. 4 scoring chances, 4-1 allowed. High danger chances was 1-1. So 2-2 with his own starts. Barabanov, Couture, Meier. A little interesting here. 2 shot attempts, 4, 9 allowed. 1-4 with shots on goal there. So expected goals for was 0.05. So they didn't really generate as much kind of offense as you would expect for this line. Just interesting. So, but we did see some movement here in a little bit. So we're going to get into the lines a little bit more. So 0 scoring chances for, 4 allowed, 2 high danger chances allowed. And then 0-3-3 with the zone starts. Svechnikov, Sturman, Bonino. 7 minutes and 1 second. Time on ice. 2 shot attempts, 4, 6 allowed. Actual shots on goal was 0-2. Did give up a goal. Scoring chances for was 1-1. And high danger chances, they did give up 1 with 1-4 for the zone starts. Then we saw Nieto paired back up with Couture and Barabanov. Actually, before we get that, let's get into we'll do the Nieto, Hertl, LeBanc line. 4:15 time on ice, 8-2 shot attempts. So good for kind of a nice bounce back for them. 6-1 shots, actual shots on goal. 0.33 expected goals for. They gave up 0.01 expected goals allowed. So they shut it down defensively. 2 high danger chances for, 6 scoring chances, gave up 0 for both those, and then 2, and 3. Then we saw things kind of switch here. So we actually have some real time on ice for these ones. So Nieto, Couture, and Barabanov were put back together. So it'll be interesting to see if Quinn goes back to this, right? Because I like the LeBanc, Hertl, Meier, Nieto, Couture, Barabanov lines. I like putting the Hertl, Meier, LeBanc line out there against the other team's best and be like, you know what, we think our guys are just better than your guys. And for the most part this season, they've been right. But let's look at Nieto, Couture, Barabanov. So again, 4:43 time on ice, 4 shot attempts, 4, 2 allowed, 3-0 for this actual shots and goal, 2 goals for. Who could have seen? Yes. 3 scoring chances, gave up 1, 2 high danger chances, 0. And LeBanc, Hertl, Meier, 7 shot attempts, 4, 3 allowed, 3-2 for actual shots on goal, and did have a goal for. So again, will we continue to kind of see that going forward and kind of putting the, again, I feel like that's the best, having Couture, Barabanov, and then Nieto or Bonino or whoever, but then having Hertl, Meier together, I think the team just works better when you have those two guys together, and they can play. They can be the best version of themselves if they're not having to do everything on their line, right? If Hertl's not having to kind of drag the line, or Meier's not having to kind of drag the line, if they can work together, which they do very well, I think that's the best version of the Sharks. And then it kind of, trickles down to everybody else there. So this episode's running a little long. Look at Kaapo Kahkonen's night. Again, I cannot stress this enough. The Blackhawks are really bad. They stink. But Kaapo Kahkonen, 20 saves on 22 shots. Expected goals against is 1.82 and give up 2 goals. So pretty close. All right, we'll take that. Only had to face 2 high danger shots. Made 1 save, 5 mid danger, 4, 14. It was perfect on the low danger with 14 there. So Sharks again did a good job of kind of keeping it on the outside and then making trying to make life a little bit easier for Kaapo Kahkonen. I will say though, the Sharks did an amazing job at trying to getting pucks on net very close to Peter Mrazek. So Sharks now, they don't play again until Friday. They play the Ducks on Friday, and they play the Bruins on Saturday. So you're going to go from worst to best there in like 2 seconds. Going to be an interesting, watching the Ducks play, and then you have to turn around and watch the Bruins who are just mowing people down right now. Should be fun. This week, though, a lot of fun stuff. Got a mailbag episode. We're going to dig into a potential Timo Meier trade, or why I think the Sharks are going to lose a Timo Meier trade. So kind of dig into that, kind of look at some of the numbers behind a potential Timo Meier trade. When we get a little bit closer to trade deadline, we'll look at kind of what teams are potentially popping up if the Sharks are going to trade them, but what teams are potentially popping up, try to kind of come up with the best trade packages or the most greedy trade packages. I don't know. Realistic, but good trade packages for Timo Meier if he wants to get traded. But anyway, so we got a mailbag. We're going to dig into Timo Meier. Working on trying to get some interviews this week as well. And then, it's going to be fun. So got some little bit of time here to take a nice breath as we approach the halfway point of the season. So until tomorrow, make sure you guys, though, follow me on Twitter at myfryhole. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Locked On Sharks. Listen wherever you get podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Odyssey, Amazon Music, you name it, you can listen. Watch on YouTube as well. Make sure you guys subscribe. Getting close to 1,500 subscribers. So I think I'm like 30 away or something like that. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Once the holidays are over here, kind of get back on normal schedule. I think we'll get back to doing some nice live streams. It's been a little crazy with the holidays and family in town. It's hard to do live streams with the family in town. So we'll try to get to do those on YouTube here soon. So until tomorrow, we're going to talk Timo Meier. Bye, friends.